Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 11th of September 2019, so welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's afternoon session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest, and we can continue. Okay, guys. Also, I hope you can hear me better today in this video. The morning one wasn't very clear. The sound was not very clear. So I hope this one is much better. Okay, so as always, before we actually jump into to the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD Bank YouTube channel here, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD research page on our jfdbank.com website. So I believe you can find a lot of useful stuff here, different technical analysis, and yep, feel free to check us out here, guys. So, but right now, let's jump into the charts. Now, the first one I want to touch on here is the DAX, it's the German index. So today we had a great run to the upside, of course. I was talking about this one previously, and to be more specific, last week, basically. So where what I was saying that if we see a nice good push away from this 11,990 zone, then in a way our target is going to be around the 12,254-55 area. We've managed to successfully reach that level, and of course we managed to exceed that as well. So now the index is kind of trading not far another potential good area of resistance. And let me just quickly put this one on the chart, and this is what I'm talking about. So this is what we're going to be aiming now for, the 12,474, which is the high of this the 29th of July. So for now, of course, don't exclude a possibility here of seeing maybe a small correction back down here, maybe like this, given the fact that the index had already a nice fantastic run here to the upside. So but if, let's say, even if it doesn't decide to retrace like this, then still our target remains the 12,474 level, and where we will start considering higher levels is on a break of this 12,394 zone, so 94, 95, approximately around there, which is basically the highest point of today so far. So if we get a nice push above this level, then the next target for us is around the 12,474. If the index decides to correct back down, we will keep an eye on this 12,254-55 zone. Maybe this time it will act as a nice area of support, because previously it acted as a good area of resistance. So for now, I mean, this is the game plan for us. If this starts breaking, if the 12,254 will break, then the next area that we will consider, we'll consider actually a possible slide here towards this upside support line taken from the low of the 15th of August, and then yep, we'll take it from there, see if it actually wants to rebound from it or not. If it rebounds, then yep, that's good news for the bulls. We could see this one curving up and pushing to the upside again. But again, from the very short-term perspective, this is the game plan for us. So for now, yes, we could see this one maybe correcting a little bit lower if it struggles to push above the 12,395 zone. If it struggles to do that, then yep, we could see this one correcting a little bit lower, but we'll be very careful around here near the 12,255, because if it holds, we could see this one curving up and pushing to the upside. If it fails to hold, a nice good drop below this could, of course, lead towards slightly lower areas, but we will aim for for this upside support line first, and then we'll take it from there. See what he wants to do after. Maybe we'll decide to break this, and if so, then we will consider a possible move lower. But again, we're quite far away from that yet for now. So the main scenario for us is, of course, more to the upside rather than the downside, especially if it travels above the 12,395 level. So keep your eyes on this one. Dow Jones Industrial Average here, so quite interesting. So currently looking at the cash index, it is trading above its yesterday's close. So today, we will probably see this one pushing further north. The good level that we're keeping a close eye on here is, of course, the psychological 27,000 level, but slightly above that, we do have that 27,070 area, which also could play out nicely. So this area right here previously acted as a good area of support back here on between 18th of July and between the 30th of July. So this previous good area of support this time could play the role of a strong resistance, where the index could travel a little bit higher, but if it fails to drive above this, we could see this one correcting back down a little bit. But overall, of course, this is looking still quite positive. We are trading above this, a bit of a tentative one, but nevertheless an upside line. So we'll keep a close eye on this one. Basically, as long as it remains above this upside line, we will target slightly higher levels. But if this line starts breaking, and if the price falls below the 26,465 area here, previously I talked about this one, so not exactly this level, but around here, around this 26,465.50 in a way. If we see a drop below this, then yep, we will consider possible slide here. For now, we are looking more positive than negative on this one. So let's see if it can continue pushing higher, especially towards this psychological 27,000 level. We're not far from it right now on the cash index, and of course, slightly above that, we do have that 27,070 area. So also keep your eyes on this one. If this gets a nice good break, well, the next target here could be around the 27,398.99 zone, and basically that's the all-time high for now. So quite an interesting level here. So let's see if it actually manages to reach that. For now, be very careful and keep your eyes on some of these levels. Jumping into a few pairs very quickly. So USDCHF, I talked about this one previously in one of my videos, and basically when I was covering this one, this worked out nicely with the upper side of this rising channel formation. So it got rejected here near the upper side. It traveled lower, tested one of our key areas of support here near the 0.9794, from which it rebounded, and as you can see now, it is breaking the high here, this high of the 2nd of September. It's pushing to the upside. In a way, there is a good chance now we could see a continuation move higher, maybe a test of this upper bound of the rising channel, which could in a way play out nicely together with this 0.9975-76 zone, which is marked by near the high of the 31st of July. So for now, of course, given that it broke above the 0.9929 zone, this increases the chances for USDCHF to continue pushing higher. And given that we have a very nice target here, this could be a reality. This could be a possibility. So so for now, guys, keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on this level right here, the 0.9929. If it remains trading above this, then yep, this could be opening the path towards this area that I just mentioned. In terms of the downside here, well, probably we'll have to adjust one of the levels here, and this is what I'm going to be targeting right now. So if we see a slide back below the 0.9929, all this area up until the 0.9886 will be somewhat of a neutral territory for us, because in order to consider let's say a slide lower, a move lower towards maybe the lower side of the rising channel formation, we need to see a drop below the 0.9886 here before we could examine further declines. So for now, basically keep your eyes on some of these key levels for today. Keep your eyes on the 0.9929. If it remains trading above this, then maybe tomorrow we could see this one pushing further north, and we'll take it from there. See what if it actually reaches this 0.9975, 76 zone, and maybe tests this the upper side of the rising channel formation. For now, this is our target. We'll keep it short and simple, and then we'll take it from there, guys. Jumping into another interesting pair, probably don't look at this one very often, but sometimes it's quite good to have a look at these pairs. And AUDCAD, now this is building up a nice setup here. So basically, it's currently kind of flat, we would say, like we're not really touching it for now. We are waiting for a clear break through one of our levels before we get excited about a further directional move. So in a way, if we get a nice push above the 0.9050, 51, 52 zone here, then yep, this would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and we could target areas like the 0.9068 or even the 0.9098 zone. So good potential target here. We'll keep a close eye on it. Of course, the 0.91 itself could be tested. So basically, in other words, if we see a push above the 0.9051, 52 area, keep your eyes on the 0.91 zone. That could be our nice potential target here on the upside. In terms of the downside here, well, we need to wait for a drop below the this little tentative upside line, and ideally a drop below the 0.90 zone. So roughly around here, basically the psychological 0.90 level could do the trick here for the bears if we see the rate falling below it, and as this could in a way open the path towards the 0.8976 or even lower around towards the 0.8928 zone. So keep your eyes on that one. CAD yen, also another very interesting pair. So of course, overall it continues to push nicely here after it reversed to the upside in the beginning of September. On around the 3rd of September, it continues to push higher. The only thing is that there are some obstacles above before it. It could continue traveling higher, but there are some obstacles that you would need to overcome in order for us to, let's say, consider higher levels. And higher levels, I mean the the 82.27, and the another good potential target could be around the 82.82 zone. So that's marked by the high of the 31st of July. So for now, even you can see that it did try to make its way higher today, but the bears quickly jumped in on this one and are still trying to push this one lower. Of course, we do have this tentative upside line, which in a way is currently holding the pair up here. So if we see a drop below this upside line, then in a way this could change. We could see maybe the rate sliding here, and but in order for us, let's say, to get comfortable with the downside, or at least the downside in the short run, ideally we would like to see a drop below this little area right here near the 81.2830 zone. So approximately around there. If we see a drop below this, then we will consider a deeper slide to the downside here, and maybe targeting some of these other support areas. Of course, initially we'll target the 200 EMA here on the 4-hour chart, but then it might even travel further down. But again, for now, like I said, guys, of course, the situation here with the Canadian dollar, of course, is slightly on the stronger side. Also in combination with the weaker yen due to the risk-on mode right now in the markets. So that's why for now this is what we're seeing. This is the effect we're having here. CAD yen is pushing to the upside. So for now, yes, we will continue targeting higher levels, especially if we see a nice good push here above this 82.26, 26, 27 zone here, and then we will target this little high near the 82.82. But again, like I said, for now, don't forget that we are quite extended here on the shorter time frame, extended to the upside on the shorter time frame. So even if we see a drop below this, let's say below this upside line, as long as it remains above this little territory right here near the 81.60 zone, we will consider, like I said, we'll still consider the upside, even though if we get this break below this tentative upside line here. We will start considering lower areas if we see a drop below the 81.29 zone, so keep your eyes on that one. Another interesting pair, NZDUSD. So this is for now somewhat flat. We are waiting for a clear break here. We're not touching this one yet. For now, we're just keeping a close eye on these two levels. So on the upside, we're going to keep an eye on the 0.6440. 44, 45 area, and on the downside, we're keeping a close eye on this little territory right here. So I'm not taking these lows because these can still get violated, but this is probably a more interesting level here. This 0.6396, a drop below this could in a way also open the path towards lower levels, because as you can see, we could also have a fall below all of these EMAs here on the 4-hour chart, so the 50 and the 100, marked by the red and the green colors respectively. So in a way, a drop below the 0.6396 could in a way do the trick here for the bears. We could see the next target being the next support target being around here near the 0.6362. But if that fails to hold, then yep, further declines could be possible. But that's again, like I said, that's in terms of the downside. We need to see a break below this level first before examining further declines. And on the upside, well, we'll wait for a break above the 0.6445 zone, because this way the pair would confirm a forthcoming higher high and also place itself above the 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart. And then our next target could be around here, next to this little level near the 0.65 area, so approximately around there. So this is when we will target the 0.65 zone. So for now, guys, keep your eyes on these two levels, and let's see how this is going to play out. And the last pair I wanted to quickly touch on, and that's going to be euro dollar. So euro dollar here is sliding to the downside, breaking the this level right here at 1.10 24 25 zone, and also it is dropping below the 1.1008 zone. So I talked about this on Monday, and this is what I was talking about. So if we see a drop below the 1.1008, then there is a possibility we could see a test of the 1.0975 area. But if that fails to withhold, this could travel all the way back down here towards the 1.0924 zone. So of course, for now, be very careful with the euro in general. Tomorrow we do have the ECB interest rate decision, so we may see some